So there's a moment in the Gospels where Jesus asks his disciples, "Who do you say that I am?" And they start naming all these other people. Like, some people say that you're Elijah, some people say that you're John the Baptist, some people say that you're one of the dead prophets from long ago. But Jesus says again, "But who do you say that I am?" And Simon Peter, being the one who's bold and speaking up usually anyway, says, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus responds to him and says, "Blessed are you, Simon, because flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father in heaven has." And this is when Jesus gives Simon the name Peter, Peter being translated rock, and says to Peter, "Upon this rock I will build my church." Now, I understand that to mean it's upon this confession that Peter made, this confession that Jesus is the Messiah, Jesus is the Savior, Jesus is the Son of the living God. And it's on this confession that Jesus builds his church. And there's so many other things that oftentimes churches do, and sometimes they're important things. I mean, oftentimes they're important things. Things like ministering to the lost, things like taking care of orphans and widows. That's pure religion, according to the book of James. Things like fellowship with each other. These are important things, and yet these things that we do aren't what the church is built on. Doesn't matter how many people we gather together, doesn't matter how dynamic the preacher is, that's not what builds the church. Jesus said, what builds the church is this confession that Jesus is the Savior, the Christ, the Son of the living God. Jesus is the foundation of the church, nothing else that we do. And Jesus went on to say that the gates of hell would not prevail against this church. When it seems like so much of the church is dying in decline, and we feel like we need to do all these things to resurrect the church, we can actually have hope to know that it doesn't rest on us. It rests completely on Jesus. And Jesus will not fail. So put your hope in Jesus. God bless you. We'll see you again tomorrow.